David Bailey, excellent pass rusher, one-on-one, pin your ears back, go get him, 100%. He could rush the passer. The negatives, what you see in his game, however, are all around. Playing edge, any position on defense, there are a million factors that go into it. That you can't just be a specialist. See, when I watch Bailey, I think of Will McDonald in a lot of different ways. McDonald, in school, played that 4-eye a lot in the 3-3-5. In other words, he's not the edge in a 3-3-5. He's playing inside, interior, standing up, which is insane to me. But run defense, point of attack, he uses his hands, he eludes, he goes around blockers a lot. He doesn't use positioning. He doesn't run defend in a way that is beneficial to his 10 teammates on the field. That's the best way to describe it. Now, the first example here, okay, so 6-0 game, Oregon on top, 29 seconds to go in the half. You got to be careful here. This is at the 40-yard line, really, really soft on the back end, 3-by-1, playing the field side. Your goal is to not let him in field goal range. You got to be careful. Here's Bailey, near side. He plays the field side a lot. Ball in the left hash. Again, like I said, Red Raiders, soft, 4-man front. They're not wide on the interior. This guy's either a 2-eye or a 1. So Bailey has to understand to the right side, probably calling it strong right, 3-tech over, goes to the right side. So strong right, strong right, strong right, unless they're going under and they designate strong left, opposite, running back, opposite, strength. But regardless, doesn't matter. Bailey, he's got to understand this. Bailey's on the 1-tech side. So unless he's fanning out or expanding in some way to the outside, not going straight ahead or they're gaming it or whatever, Bailey has to be careful here. He has to be responsible in some form or fashion. Why? Because you're on the field side, you're on the 1-tech side, where there's further distance between you and the interior. Bailey, is this a situation to pin your ears back and go crazy? 1v1 to the quarterback? I would say no if I'm a DC. It's first down. It's not passing only situation. I mean, I know there's 29 seconds left. Clock is ticking. It's not a running clock right now, but you got to preserve points here. You got to play it a little safer. In other words, you've got to act like this is red zone D. Goal line is, the 37-38 yard line. Because you can't give up that field goal opportunity before the half. But let's play it out. Watch what happens. See what Bailey does. Okay, 3-by-1 shotgun, dip, outside. And now you're in trouble. Now you're in trouble because Dante Moore, very easy. Right tackle just pushes him away. Dante Moore steps up. And now he has all this space to operate. All this space in the world to operate, and he makes them pay. Again, Bailey, tremendous one-on-one pass rusher, nice dip there, but he flew by. And Oregon said, all right, you want to go crazy and pin your ears back and not play responsibly? We're going to guide you out there, especially at the NFL level with the way passing is so quick. 3-step out, get it out. Never has it been so quick in terms of the passing game. What does that mean? It means pass rushing opportunities have never been more limited. We started counting sacks in the early 80s. That was a standard drop back game back then. And it was only getting started after the Mel Blount rule and what have you in the late 70s. Marino took it to another level. Then in the 90s started to progress. Manning, Brady after the first dynasty, once Moss got there. But since 2012 or so, it's gone the other way where, sacks are still going to happen. Sacks are going to be up there especially because mobile quarterbacks run and you pick up cheap sacks. The sacks numbers aren't going to change, but the opportunities to go 1v1, pin your ears back, and just do whatever you want and freestyle off the edge, those have decreased drastically because passing is quicker. It's designed. It's 3-step. Never has the edge position been more an all-around position than today in today's NFL. And here's an example of an edge, and another thing, Bailey, his get off is really tremendous. But again, it's very narrow-minded, his game. Everything is set specifically to try to get to the QB and go 1v1. Freestyle. Really wide. Outside, downhill. Left foot plant while he's wearing basketball shorts from Larry Bird's era. Dip. Dip, dip, dip. He had a line on him, but again, you're on the one tech side, and he's not fanning out. Like that, it's just irresponsible defensive play. Whether it's on Texas Tech, whether it's on Bailey, whether it's on a combination of both. This is an example of the stuff you don't like. And there's run defense stuff too, which we're going to get into, but this is one of the examples that people just don't pay attention to and don't call out, and I don't understand why. And this is definitely something you have to keep an eye on when you're watching tape to see who the Jets should pick at number 2. You got to be responsible at times. I think this is one of those situations where you needed to be. Run defense. This is the stuff, again, that's really, really concerning. 2nd and 9. Here we go. Where is Bailey? He's right here. See the cursor. Top of the screen. Walking down a little bit. Familiar 2-point stance. Is someone replacing? So they start 4 down. Yep, looks like someone replaced 5. Little jet motion power read. Gotta love it out of K-State. And they QB keeps it. Runs right at Bailey. Now, how did this happen? What's going on? Here he is. It's a 4-man, 4-down front nickel to start, but in essence, it's really a 3-3-5 where they get 5 down. 13's coming to replace on the edge. Bailey's pinching down, and he is responsible. Now, look, are they read-react? Are they attack-react? What's going on here? How do they play it? That's the question. And then we'll go through the gap assignments and all that stuff. Play it through first, full speed. Watch Bailey right there. All right, tries to win. Hands, speed, quickness to that B gap, and just gets absolutely mauled. You can't have a number 2 overall pick get mauled like this. And for the folks screaming holding, be careful, okay? He comes down, B gap. His momentum is already taking him. Like right now, he's already fighting a losing battle because from here to here, the momentum, if that tackle rides the momentum, all he has to do is ride him out and bring him down. And that's exactly what happens. Now, is it holding or is he just getting mauled? Let's watch the left tackle's hands. Where are they? Are they on the outside? Are they inside? Yep, hand, weight glove, probably on the outside part of the shoulder, but mucking up there in the interior, you got, as a defender, you have to guard against this. Holding happens on every freaking play. Could the ref have called this hold? Sure. I mean, you can call a hold on every play, like I said, but you can't get completely dominated to the point where you hurt your team. And that's exactly what he did here. He just hurt his team. Bailey, people go crazy when someone says Bailey's rough against the run. He's not good. I wouldn't exactly call him bad against the run in terms of one-on-one trying to beat a blocker. He's bad against the run within a team defense of 11 guys, meaning he uses hands, he uses quickness, he tries to go around. And when you do that and you freestyle and you play that way, you screw your teammates big time. And here you cannot get taken out. That's the only thing you can't do. He's responsible B gap. Let's pretend it's instead of 2 gapping it, we're just going to assign gaps here. You have to stay here. You have to maintain the spacing with everything. And he doesn't. He just flies in there like a bat out of hell and gets taken out. First step by this 3 tech is inside. So we got to give him weak side A. 10, only guy in the second level. So he's backside B. And again, I know it's read and react, but still, let's work it this way to give everyone an idea. 2-wire 1 tech, strong side A, Bailey, walk down, B. And you got to be stout, especially on the strong side, with a fullback. 13 comes up to replace him as the edge, as the 5th man on the line, And that's pretty much what we're looking at. And 10, you got to ask him to range, roll with the jet motion, sideline to sideline. So backside B, frontside C, if we're thinking in terms of one gap. That's not what it is. That's not what Texas Tech does most of the time, and it's even worse for Bailey to just be this reckless. All right, be careful. Don't overextend. All right, helmet across here. Like right now, he's in good position, but right now, what you want from him is to maintain a base and stay outside. Stay outside. Outside in on this tackle. On the tackle's outer half. If you do that, you could push him back. You could knock back a little bit and cause some havoc and be physical and violent and try to muck up the point of attack. That's what's going on here. It's jet motion power read. It's as simple and standard as it gets. But because Bailey head across, he's already losing at this point, gets completely dominated. The alley is just, it's too much. You have the pulling guard. Where did 80 come from? On this side, he came down to work the interior. The edge, 13, has to do his best job to squeeze it and knock back to try to eliminate space. Does he do that? He takes it head on, but no knockback, and that's it. That's all she wrote. So this is the stuff. When people say point of attack with Bailey, he is the finesse guy. He's the hands go around guy. Not Reese. Bailey is. But let's please understand this, folks. I think Bailey has special talent in terms of hands, in terms of speed, in terms of get off, in terms of first step. But everything he does, even against the run, it's as if he has a pass rushing mentality, 1v1. Like he's trying to beat his guy to the finish line somewhere down the road, 10 yards down, 5 yards down, as opposed to playing 1 of 11 in terms of team defense. And I'm sorry, New York Jets at number 2, you don't take a guy like that. You don't. And this is one of hundreds of examples that can be shown. D-line roll here, 3-3-5. It's a great play. Tackle for loss, and this is the type of tackle for loss that you'll see from a David Bailey. Dialed up, and here's Bailey. He started out on the edge. He bumped down because it's more of a 3-3-5 with this guy taking edge. So we'll look from the other angle, the other view, which is much, much better. But they're pinching it down. Let's break it down here. Okay, great hands, gets around, right tackle, Harkey, who really off balance. Not a great job by the O-lineman, but tackle for loss, Bailey. You love to see it. Game wrecker. Oh, quick snap. Got to be careful. Got to be ready. But here is Bailey right here. Close to a 2-point. We'll call it a 4-eye. Harkey, he's not long. He's going to play guard in the NFL. I don't think he steps too hard inside, but he doesn't give Bailey the respect he is required because, let's see, moves the entire body, and Bailey uses that movement against him. Hands, I can't, the damn camera is in a way. But it's all hands and momentum. And it's a great play. Tackle for loss. What's the concept? Straight ahead. Power. But see, Bailey, this is going around. And listen, some plays, there's nothing wrong with going around and eluding and using hands. And being a heat-seeking missile to not even allow the offensive lineman's hands to get near you, take a fraction of a second to go around and pick up a tackle for loss, do whatever you have to do in the run game to get that done. There are times when that's appropriate. The problem is, this is his game in terms of run defense mainly. Activate the hands, elude, go around, almost exclusively. And when that is the case, that presents a lot of issues where you're not fitting into the run plan. And when that's happening, you're not doing the best thing for all 11 guys. Unlike a guy like Reese, who will fit, will be disciplined, will stay exactly where he needs to be based on his responsibility, Bailey freestyles. He freestyles it. And this is a hell of a... Look, man, If you're a defensive coach, this is a hell of a play, and you want this play. This is a plus positive play, but it's also a great example of what folks who claim his run D is not up to snuff and how he's going to be brutalized at the point of attack at the NFL level. It's a great example of what they're trying to cite. And this is the stuff that we'll get into the pure edge stuff against the run. But again, here he is, interior. All right, Moore sees something he likes. They switch. I think it's a zone. Yep, it's a zone, and Bailey just gets whooped up on there. And those who want to staunchly defend him will say, oh, he was doubled. What do you expect? He was doubled. Not really. It's zone, okay? Let's highlight him. All right, here he is. Now, if it's a tight front, generally speaking, 4-eye. So on the weak side, strong right, because we got the dual tights. And I think the pattern was Bailey on the field side for Texas Tech in this game. It just so happened to be the strong side with the tights. There, only one is in the 4-eye. You can call it a 4 as well. Bailey, maybe because of the two tights, I don't know, but he's extended out here a good degree. And there's other examples, other plays where this is the case. And I think a lot of it has to do with Texas Tech. They know he feels more comfortable in the 2-point stance, right? So instead of ever playing a true tight front, 4-eye, you don't want a 2-point stance in between the tackles. You just don't want it. It's not conducive to what you want to do defensively. So they let him play outside the tackle box and just play more heavy-handed with the linebackers in the A and B. And I think that's what Texas Tech did for the most part this year. Obviously, the zero tech is going to be two-gapping it unless a call is on. This is a zone, so we're all flowing to the right, to the weak side. Is there motion before this? I'm not sure. But if you want to call this a double team, sure. But it's not the traditional power double team. It's a zone. This tackle is just getting a piece and climbing and then sealing. That's all he's doing. Bailey cannot. I mean, for a guy who's really great with his hands, he allows himself to get punched. He cannot let this tight end cross him and seal him. Under no circumstances can that happen. And this is the muck and the grittiness of the area where you want to see Bailey. You have questions about him. Let's put it that way. All right, watch him. Dante Moore shifts, but let's see what the defensive call was. Did they slant to the strong side? No. But yeah, there's Bailey. He's getting creamed. And if the running back had vision and one cut it, I mean, first of all, let's watch Bailey. Off the jump. All right. See his get off and his timing is tremendous. And it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because he could use it at the NFL level, but it's a curse because you got to think, man, how much has his get off done for him at the collegiate level in terms of making up for other potential shortcomings? And even here, he times it. And in college, there's a lot of silent counts. There's a lot of crafty ways where you could have a great get off and time things the right way. And even here, he's quick. So you'll like how quick he is. Hands, number 75, left tackle, boom. Just handles him. I mean, with one arm while climbing simultaneously. Now, what you want to see from Bailey is obviously not let 75 to punch him so squarely. So activate those hands and then beat the tight end to the punch and not let him cross your face because you have to have backside down the line here. Running back, aiming wide zone. And at this point, man, if he just cuts it up, 23, if he just cuts it up, he's got something. You have to contend with this backside. I think you're in the clear here, but this DB is probably the only guy you're going to have to deal with. More David Bailey run D play side. And I'll tell you what, I just need more. More pushback, more resistance, more aggressiveness, more violence. It's just not there. And it's not talked about enough. It's not there to the point where him being labeled as a specialist isn't happening enough. Here he is, familiar Big 12 defense right here. We got wide, split bunch, trio, shotgun inline, so it's probably strong right on the ground, passing strength left, 4 front, but do not think of it as an even. Think of it as an odd. That's more Texas Tech, and I think that's what they're doing on this play too. Read and react with a bit of a twist, which we'll get to, but Utah, first play of the game. Spencer Fano, he's a stud. And Bailey, as the force player, I need more. I need more than this. Let's run it through. Okay. Engages. No pushback. Just gets toyed around down the field. One-on-one. And let's play it through again. Here he is. And then we'll go back and set it up. Set up the defense. Again, strong right. Strong right. Appa with the running back goes to the field side, and then there's Bailey just not being able to get off. And in terms of him getting off a block with hands, with finesse, going around, he's excellent at it. The problem is that's not football 100% of the time. That's flag football. When it's force, when it's point of attack, when it needs to hold up 4 guys on his defense, he falls way, way short. And again, guys, Big 12 isn't what it used to be. I know this is an adjustment for a lot of people, but Oklahoma, Texas, these schools are gone. We have to adjust the mindset. Nose tackle here, A-gap, 2-gap in it, force player here. Listen, call this a 3-3-5 still if you want. 3-4 principal nickel, which Texas Tech pretty much did all year last year. Joker would be commonly referred to this guy right here. And here's another thing. Bailey in the NFL is going to be more 7 and 9. More wide out here. We talk about Reese not knowing his position, off-ball edge, which he certainly bounced around in college. Bailey, it's a similar situation, just not off-ball edge. With Bailey, it's interior and edge. He played a lot of 5-tech or 4-tech, maybe even sometimes 4-eye, rarely though because he likes to stand up, in the 3-3-5 with Texas Tech. I don't understand why that's not being talked about. You don't want him playing this spot, this 5 right here at the NFL level, 5 or 4, whatever you want to call it. Yet he played a lot of it at Texas Tech. So the positionless thing goes both ways. But force here. So force, nose tackle, 2-gap, force. And here's the little wrinkle. A lot of names for this. It's a run. It's not really popular at the NFL. It's more for in-space Big 12 type stuff where you're using speed, you're trying to create confusion, where the D tackle hides behind the 2-gapping nose, eating space, trying to guess to the play side, which they guess correctly. So watch him off the jump and try to hold up front, allow the linebackers to read and flow. 13, you're going to fill here. Have freedom to the outside. 10 is going to read the running back. That's why he takes a step to the right, but he's certainly backside. Fill. And front side fill, or spill. 13, more of a fill in his situation. Then you got the cornerback, inline tight end, so he could fill in run support as well. Now, that's the D. If you're Bailey, what is your job here? First play of the game. Again, hey, Fano's going to be, he's a high pick. He's a stud. Don't let his hands get around you on your shoulder pads, which is exactly what happens. And see where they are right now. They're more near the left hash. If you're Bailey, you'll see him take a step outside, which tells me he's force. He's the force player here. Edge, turn it up. But does he provide any knockback whatsoever, any resistance whatsoever? The answer is no. And your job here isn't just to make sure the running back cuts it up inside. That's not what force is. Force is trying to squeeze it 45 degrees, keep the outside shoulder free, attack that offensive tackle outside, and knock back. Getting the tackle, keeping him in this position, this spot on the field, or trying to get a yard or two in the backfield, pinched and squeezed just a tad, is the goal. Why? Because if that's the point, the running back has to make a quicker decision. It has to be quick. Bam, bam. Cut it up or bounce it out. And if you bounce it out, at this point, it's more time and space. And more time and space means these guys on the second level could flow, read and flow much more easily. So the force player, the resistance he provides, what he does, the positioning, means the world to the rest of the defense. Stop calling it edge rusher. It's edge defender. All right? 13, moving outside. So he's reading and flowing. Bailey. Up. Fano does not explode forward. Tackle is pulling. So it's power. I mean, the call was great with this run confusion chaos stunt because they guessed to the right side and they guessed to the field side, the weak side of the formation, which makes sense because if the running back's on the left side, most of the run plays out of shotgun are going to flow the opposite oppo side. So good play, call by Texas Tech. Trying to create confusion, double on the nose tackle. Does the nose tackle maintain positioning and eat up blocks and space? And how does Bailey do? Okay, Bailey outside foot right there. That's what makes me think he's force, plus the formation, just the way it's set up. Try to keep 13 free to make a tackle. Now, Fano already has his hands outside of him, so you're already losing, but that's okay. You could recover. What are you going to do? You're going to provide pushback? You're going to knock back? You're going to move him? You're going to do something? Tries to peek to the outside there because he sees the handoff, and this is where he tries finesse. This is where he tries to detach, shed, use hands, and go around and finesse, but that is not going to work with this guy. And that doesn't work at the NFL level nearly as much as college. And on top of it, nearly as much as the Big 12, which is many, many rungs below the Big 10 and SEC. And the football world has not realized that yet to an appropriate degree. But see where they start. He's getting dominated, cannot detach, just gets destroyed downfield. I need more. Here's the David Bailey Run D positive experience. Here we go. K-State. Texas Tech won this game, obviously. What is it, 12 personnel, I think? 2 tights, same side. Here's Bailey standing over the inline, on the ground, tight end. And let's play it through. This is an example where he can do damage in the run game. There's Jet. Okay. Handoff, wide, get there. Beautiful. Tracks it down, hunts it down, reads it from the start. What's different? I said this before. It's as if Bailey's good run D reps come in situations where he's thinking pass rush. He uses active hands, goes around, but he goes around quick. Like hands, use momentum against the blocker, boom, go around him, get there. Do whatever you have to do in that immediate circle, that immediate vicinity, to then get to your straight line and go boom, and just go straight forward to your end result. It's why often you see when he's pass rushing, he flies downhill and flies by the quarterback, and the quarterback breaks contain because there's no squeeze, there's no contain. If he's not blocked, this is naked. The entire purpose of this play is to try to suck him in. I don't know what the concept is up front with the line, but the entire purpose is to leave him naked, leave him unblocked, hope you could suck him in, take away a defender, and then go around. So they leave him unblocked, take that risk. He stays true, he stays disciplined. Let's play it full speed. Yep, they guard tackle the other way. GT. And Let's see what he's reading. That's the key. See if we can learn something. So these two right here, GT, counteraction, going the opposite way. All right. With the jet motion coming. Is there anything else on? Is it an RPO? I don't think so. Could be. I don't think so, though. I'd have to look at the other. No, they're blocking. Tight ends. 80s blocking. Most likely the 83 wheel into a block is also happening. So counter. Try to get him to chase. OC from up top probably saw something. Thought this was worth the gamble. Now Bailey over the tight end. What's he reading here? He's looking at the back in the backfield, looks like. Feels the tackle, feels the GT, steps inward, but reads it really nicely. So his eyes were planted. Tough to see. But whatever he saw here, with the jet motion, see, this is such a better play without the jet motion. Because the jet motion, watch once it starts. 10, the linebackers start shouting. Jet, 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 jet. It could tip off guys up front. And either way, doesn't matter how it was played. Or how it was run, how it was designed. It was a great read by Bailey. Hop inside. And reads it just in time. That's an impressive read. And immediate pursuit. Let's see. One quick step downhill. Because he's attack. That's his mindset. Hunt. Go, go, go. One quick step downhill. And then gets on his horse. Flat. Flat. So good angle. I just don't get this. I don't get it. It's hero ball. It's lazy. It's this is selfish football. That's what this is. And there's no way around it. This is not team defense. Here's Bailey right here standing. The other view will give us a better idea of the defense, but Utah stack up top. Normal splits at the bottom. 2x2 open. Again, familiar Big 12. Nickel. All the time, pretty much. And let's see here. Watch Bailey. Up top. Full speed. He's on the edge. Fano. Crack. I don't think the crack happens, but crack attempt. Because if you have a right tackle like Fano, you use him to your advantage. Bluff the crack on the D end. Work up to the second level. But let's watch this. Bailey. Now, the key here he is. Again, another react attack type formation where nose tackle is 0 tech. Give him the A and the B. You want to react, maybe 4-eye or 4 tech, covering the tackle, 4 tech with Bailey. Again, he's going to be more wide in the NFL. He's going to be more on the edge. Joker on this side. Quarterback outside, trying to hit it. What you can't do if you're Bailey here. And again, this is another physical point of attack type run D that you need more from Bailey on. And what you can't do is let Fano reach. You can't let him cross your face so easily here. You gotta string it out, and save time and space for your defense. The moment you go downhill and just give up like that is the moment you're playing hero ball and you're not with the plan. You're not with the defense. You've gone rogue. So full speed here. One more time. Yep. Reach on Fano. Bailey just gets... He just gets dominated. There's no effort. There's no... Let's see if the crack touches him. All right. Off the jump. React. Outside step. React. Bailey matches him. You're still even. Better get your ass to the outside. He tries to get there a little bit. The crack puts his left hand on him, but Bailey's already... He peeks inside. Maybe he's peeking inside to try to locate the running back, quarterback. What's happening? You can't do that. If you don't have a chance to get your eyes on what's happening and peek, that's fine. That's why the edge is so desirable for offenses because it's tougher to peek and tougher to find out what's happening. You have to trust the process. You have to trust what you're coached to do. You have to trust you being one of 11. And if you're one of 11 here, you don't let the offensive tackle seal you. You string it, and you keep working to the outside. Now, I wouldn't call him a true edge in the sense of being wide, 7, 9, what have you, but this is too... It's too rogue. It's way too rogue. You got to fight more. You got to fight and you got to string it out. Fight, string it out, fight, string it out. Now, the concern for him is, hey, I don't want the running back to cut it up because he's not a true edge in the sense of a 4-3 where he's got more bodies inside. But at the same time, he can't be this hard inside. He can't. You cannot peak like this. You can't be that hard inside thinking you're going to make the play to save the day. You have to string this out. Bailey, Oregon here. His team is down 3-0. Still first quarter, early in the game. And here we go. Here he is. We'll see exactly where he's lined up with the other angle, but watch this boy move. Just gets completely driven back. Double team, mind you. But again, it follows the same theme, same pattern. He doesn't hold up at the point of attack. Now, again, this is one of those situations where you can call him inside. Yes, it's a 5-tech over the tackle. But 3-3-5, this is a foreign position to what he's going to play at the NFL. He's going to be in this spot in the NFL. Edge. Outside. Edge. Outside. 7-9. I'm telling you, he played this position, the inside, 5 or 4 more than 7 or 9 at Texas Tech. Why? Because they're a nickel exclusive team, Big 12. So a lot of 3-3-5, a lot of sometimes tight, a lot of what would look like 4-man fronts, even though it's still odd, where there'd be one edge rusher, a joker, and then a 4-eye or a 4 or a 5, nose tackle, 4-eye, 4 or a 5. So, technically it would be classified as edge, but it's really not the same edge as the NFL, what he's going to experience. So this whole thing about him and Reese not having a position, it works both ways. It works with Bailey too. He was, Reese was off ball and on the edge. Bailey was on the edge and on the interior. This is an interior position in a lot of ways. 5-4, 4-eye, especially 3-3-5, because you always have that edge, that force player outside. So, got to keep that in mind. But this is going to be a double. I don't even know what the rush concept is here. Let's roll it through. It's a double tackle, the tackle and the tight end. So from that perspective, I get it. But how does he get off here? Kind of stutters, kind of hops. He's got to read it. It's not, get the solid scheme out of your head. It's not attack, react. It's react, attack. See the nose tackle, 2-gap in it, taking on the double. Clearly power scheme. Bailey has got to do the same thing. Okay. Reads the tackle. He's already moving it. He's already knows he's going to move inside. First step is right foot. The way he's kind of frogging the stance. Same thing with this. First step's going to be inside. Hands on top of the shoulder pads. Tight end. Tight end chips from the outside. It's not chip, but helps out. Combo, double on the outside. Can you maintain that positioning? Tries to resist to the left a little bit. Pushes with the tackle. Tackle already turned his attention to the second level. You've got to resist here. Resist this tight end. Resist. Push back. Knock back. Knock back. So started as a double. 71, he's just fending him off, helping with one hand while the tight end has him out leveraged. Can you hold it? 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 It's tough, man. This is it. This is the deficiency. He just doesn't hold up at the point of attack. And it's a major issue. And for that, I just don't think, I cannot for the life of me see Aaron Glenn taking him number 2 overall. When you look at his tape, he is a pass rush specialist. He wins with hands. He wins with speed. He wins by going around and eluding blocks. That's great, but that's not 100% football. That's well below 25% football. That's in certain moments, in certain spots. So for that reason, he's disqualified from my point of view.